switch done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment, and you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clout. When you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Baratans too. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. I done fed up by the dirty water, low pressure, want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500 US and they're telling me super salary. I done fed up by the unemployment racism and the lie they say one Guyana. Cause when you look with the oil money going, circulate with one set of banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up.
Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness. Aye, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and pon the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the
All right, hey, guess what? Good night. My name is Mark Benchap, and welcome to Straight Up, right here on 107.1 FM. And I know a lot of you are saying, hey, I disappeared yesterday, right? Well, people disappear for reasons, of course, good reasons, that is. And I just want you to know that I'm back with you tonight on Tuesday night. It's the 17th day of March, 2026. And I just decided to march on with you. And in marching on tonight's program, lots of things are happening in Guyana. And notice our executive producer has said that Guyana is a communist country. And that's not stretching it a little too far. Those of you who experience Guyana, especially those of you who are on the ground right now, it's a different kind of experience than those who are not on the ground, those who are far away, and those who have been absent from the ground for maybe decades, or those who have never been on the ground. It is different. It is a different ball game. It is a different vibes. It's a different feeling. It's a different understanding. And that is why I give credit to those of you who are on the ground in Guyana. You have a different feeling. It's just as if you are, and those of you from Guyana, you understand what I'm talking about. That have you ever stood on the roadway or the passageway or a dam or something like that, and watch into somebody's house and watch them eat on their veranda or eating, and you pretend as though you're eating too? Well, that sort of pretension is different than if you actually sign in and you're eating that hasa curry or you're eating that beef stew or something like that, right? It is a different feeling. So those of you who are outside of Guyana, you might be in the UK, you might be in Brooklyn right now, wherever you are in the US, out there in Canada. It doesn't matter where you are in the Caribbean as well, in Barbados, in Trinidad and Tobago, even in Venezuela. Even in jail, people do watch us as well. And so good night to all of you, right? But it's a different feeling in Guyana, an absolutely different feeling. The vibes is actually different. Now, I don't know why somebody's saying that I am the honorable Gavin Caesar. That's what so we've got to change that as quickly as possible, right? I am not the honorable Gavin Caesar. My name is Mark Benshaw. Big difference. He is a superstar. I'm just an ordinary flatfoot talk show host, mind you. Anyways, good night. I'm glad that Lemon actually pointed that out to me, and so I made that correction as quickly as possible. So here is what, as we look in the comment section to welcome all of you. Rhonda Lane, that Francie Cruz finally got back her phone. Anyways, good night to all of you. Good to see you. Uh, you guys saw what's happening in Guyana, right? They're bulldozing people's places. That's what they're doing. Every single day, that is what they do in Guyana. Every single day. And let's not fool ourselves. Every single day, that is what they do. And this is what they did today. They moved into this particular area and they bulldozed, they broke up, they all manner of things. Every single day, these things are happening. Every single day. Every single day. It's just happening. Now we have a Maureen die, whatever it is, Maureen. I can't watch it. I don't know what Maureen can't watch, but if it is what you can't watch, well, I don't know. We can't force you, Maureen. Maybe. Yeah. All right. So here is what's happening, and so they moved in. I just don't know the circumstances, and so I can't say that I do. But what we do is the manner of operation. The manner of operation. They just in friendship. Thank you, Mary Figueroa. We have some very smart people watching this show. Turn to your neighbor and say smart people, right? But what if you turn to your neighbor and it turned out to be Francie Cruz, right? Bacchanal there, right? All right. So what's happening in Guyana is that it's brute force and ignorance because you have a corrupt government, Maureen, dissect a corrupt government. They don't care about the people. So what they do, Joylyn Cutting and others, what they do is they take away people's lands, hundreds of thousands of acres, and they give to their friends, they give to their vagabonds, they give to their cronies, and all sort of things. Somebody's asking where that Banawi name Azruddin there. Ooh, y'all got to move on, guys. You see them people fighting their own battle. The same Azruddin and all of them collect thousands upon thousands of acres of land and all these sort of things. You think people are care? Y'all gotta wake up. You think that people are care about anybody? 83,000 acres of land Azradine and them get from the corrupt PBP regime, all of them birds of a feather and all sort of things. So what is happening to these people here today? It's nothing new. It has been happening for years now. And at some point in time, it's got to stop. And look at the people who are most affected. I know Guyanese, yeah, but look at the people who are most affected. Look at the people. And then sometimes some of these same people try to put their trust in others who don't give a rat's about them. And it's about time you guys have to start looking at real leaders, people who can really stand up for your rights. Come elections time, y'all ignore those same people who stand up for your rights, and then you gone and throw yourselves in the arms of people who don't give a rat's, who doesn't have a history, people who do not have a history of fighting for you. Don't forget about some of the Hollywood throwing crumbs and give you crumbs and give you crumbs. Look how many people have benefited from so many people in Guyana. But you don't hear them jumping on a rooftop and hollering out, look what I did for you, look what I did for you, look what I... Give me a break. Read between the lines, guys. All right, what else is happening? What these people did, they moved into these vulnerable individuals' homes, people looking to put on a little house, a little something for their families, for their loved ones. And I know one or two of you out there going to say, but the law is the law, right? The law is the law. The law is... Some of y'all like to be so righteous and y'all love to justify a situation to suit your purpose, right? And so because y'all may support a particular individual or may support a political party or whatever, they'll always try to justify situation. But there's no justification where you saw live on social media that there were men breaking into people's homes and ripping their furniture out, their stoves, whatever it is, ripping it apart. And then what happens now when the children get home from school? There's nowhere for them to go. There's nowhere for them to sleep. There's absolutely nothing because the system is so bad. The system is so corrupt. Nothing. There's no justice for the ordinary man and woman. And so when there is no justice, come elections time, that's how people are able to move in room with their whatever it is, fancy cars, and dash a little money there, dash a little money there to brainwash people. Guyana needs a real change. Guyana needs an economic revolution, a social revolution, not a physical fighting and these sort of things. You need an economic revolution where everyone can get a piece of the pie. Right now, people are not getting a piece of the pie. The ordinary 95% of the ordinary folks in Guyana aren't getting a piece of the pie. All they're getting is frustrations upon frustrations. Every single day is frustration in Guyana. Some of you may say frustration throughout the world. Fair enough. Yeah, the comparison. You guys love to compare and compare. But we're talking about Guyana. People walk right into people's houses, break down their homes. What if somebody had to just go berserk? Now, I'm not saying that they should have, but I saw the pains on those people's faces. I heard one guy basically say to the police, and he was frustrated because from what he said, somebody pointed a pitchfork at him. The police didn't go after the culprit, the vagabond who pointed the pitchfork at the individual. The police went after the guy who was frustrated and threatening the guy, we're going to lock you up for disorderly, we're going to lock you up. The guy is venting his frustration. The guy is not interfering with any process. And that is what happens with some of those vagabonds in the police force. You can't speak up for your rights. You can't express yourself. It's oftentimes, we're going to lock you up. We're going to lock you up. Don't worry, lock it. People have a right to express themselves. Police are not the only ones who have a right to curse at people. If you're a policeman and you curse at somebody and the person curse back at you, so be it. Do for do, na obia. right? But in Guyana, they get some police feel they could do and they could say anything to people. And then when the people cuss them back, they get vexed. It is as though they're above the law. It is as though they are gods and nobody could tell them, you know what I mean? And that is that has been going on for a while. And then they slap you with some fake, some trumped up charges, and then take you in front of a magistrate and say, misbehave, you misbehave, and disorderly behavior, and all sort of Jim Cockburn Ramgoat story. But if any of you, I can't show the video because, Facebook has some silly rules now. Mark Zuckerberg made his billions and billions, and he is happy. Not just happy, he is happy. And so all sort of restrictions. If I play this video now, then it's going to be bacchanal with this show, if you know what I mean. When I say bacchanal, they're going to try to stop it and all sort of things. So we can just attempt and let's see how far it's going to go. So you see what's happening there, right? Ordinary folks. Guyana is 83,000 square miles. But the bulk of the lands and all these things are given away to friends and cronies and crapos. That is what is happening in Guyana. And this little piece of house, for someone, look what they're doing. They're trampling on the rights of these people. Now, if there is a court order, there has to be a process. Now, I don't know what the process, other than what we're seeing there. We saw it all over Facebook, all over social media. We saw it. This is ridiculous. This is bad. It has been happening for a while now. And people are so fed up that they are saying enough is enough. And this is why voting is important. Now, when you vote out of emotions, and when you vote because of somebody probably throwing a little St. Patrick's Day at you, and you know what I mean by St. Patrick's Day, a greenie, right? Somebody throwing something at you, you turn your eyes on the big prize for the moment, because for the moment, you are only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about your country. You're just thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about the community. So as long as somebody dash a card, you dash a 5,000, dash a little cash grant give to basically brainwash and to distract you from the real issue. That is why we are where we are. And then they get some of these opposition politicians, some of them, they believe that now is the time for decency. And I know one of them might be watching, a couple of them might be watching, and some of them may suck their teeth and say, what I got to do with anything? What puri got to do with anything? What dropping your puri and running across the street, almost get struck down by a car or a truck to run across the street, drop your puri or pulori, drop your sour, to run across the street into the arms of Priya Manikchan and hug Priya. Priya is your friend, and girl, you miss me in Parliament, and girl, this, do up your hand and thing, right? Sorry about that. Give me a hug, girl. And then the next day, bacchanal with your people them. Broke down, mess up. That's the politics. And then you have this one here, this kunumunu. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Mark Phillips. This kunumunu Mark Phillips. That some of the opposition now, after this man Southbourne, all sorts of things he did, all sorts of stupidness, ridiculous things he said about Bourne. Look, this one looks like cow. You never go back down and see him or on the roadside and see him dropping the stuff. He looks like that. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That is how his face looks like. That is what his face looks like. And so when some of these opposition politicians, and sometimes when we talk here, right, Jordan, right, Lachman Aziz, right, Raul, right, all of you. Sometimes when we talk here, right, Carl Miller, right, Wayne Caesar and Marla Leacock and all of you. Sometimes when we talk, y'all get vexed. Some of y'all bumps raise. And Mark, why are you attacking Apnu? And I'm not attacking Apnu. Now, I want you to listen to me. I want you to hear me out here now, right? Now is not the time for hog up. I don't say hog up, you know. Now is not the time for hog up and kiss up these vagabonds in the PPP regime. Because when you hog them up today, they gone after your people, your supporters, and brutalize your supporters tomorrow. And then the next day, when you see them again, you want to hug, not hug, you want to hug them up again, right? And so when those opposition politicians went out for Mashramani to Bacchanal and enjoy the fest, it's okay. Sometimes you got to take off your tie and you got to Bacchanal. But it doesn't mean that when you're doing that, you got to hug up and kiss up the enemies. Now is not time. Mark Phillips and these guys are political enemies. They are not patriotic individuals. They are flatfoot hustlers of Guyana. They are destroying Guyana. Forget about what anybody say. The infrastructure and these sort of things and oil money, it's not going 95% of the oil money going out of Guyana. And the little 5% is stolen. 4.5% or 4.9% of your oil wealth that you're getting in Guyana, it is being stolen by vagabonds in the PPP regime and their friends and cronies. And 95% of the oil wealth are go where? You go where? You dash out. And so the little 1%, the little crumbs, that is what they sprinkle to the people. That is what they're doing. So there's really no development for the people in Guyana. And the little development that you see is basically given to their friends and cronies. They're the ones who are eating. They're eating meat while the people got to eat shine rice. Worse than how they would describe Bornum days. Because during Bornum days, people weren't living and starving. People are starving right now in Guyana. Do you know how many people, how many kids, they can't even get a loaf of bread, a slice of bread at their table right now? Do you know how many kids are starving in Guyana? Yet people want to tell you that Guyana is booming and the economy is good and the good. What economy? Economy is what good. And people are surviving, are trying to survive. 58% of people in Guyana are still trying to survive on $6 per day. $6. Many of you in the United States of America or in Canada or UK, wherever you are right now, you might say, really? People can survive on $6 per day? A single mother, just imagine, a single mother. Just imagine $6, and tomorrow that single mother, who is a security guard working for some one of the oppressors, some one of those vultures, owns some security firm, and they put that single mother out in some back dam area in a little shabby looking hut so that they can hunt for you know what and try to harass these females sexually and otherwise. And so $6 per day. And that mother, that single mother, has 4 or 5 children. How would they survive on that? And that is what is happening in Guyana. The bulk of the money not going to the people. It's wasted. How you think they're getting fat and 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 all sorts of things. And whilst the ordinary people getting fat and fat and fat and fat, they get some of them who are close and eating the king's meat, they get so look like this guy here. Look at that meat he pushing in his mouth. You know, thousands of people can't even they can't even get a spoon. They can't even get a piece of meat to eat. They can't even get soup to drink. It's only those who are close to Irfan and the PPP, those corrupt PPP, they're the only ones getting to drink soup. And these who are drinking soup, they do not share the soup. They're scraving. Turn to your neighbor and say, this one here on the screen, scraving. Right, Francine? They're scraving. And that is what is happening in Guyana. So when they want something now, they are going to go to the court and they're going to say to the court and they're going to go to the marshals and so forth. What do you call it? Down at the high court here, they're going to get some high court marshals and they're going to pass a little money because that's how it operates in Guyana. And then they're going to go in certain areas and they're going to hire some guys. They're going to hire some of these guys, look, they cover up their face and all sorts of things and give them crowbar, give them hammer and all things to go now. That's what they did. They hired these guys to go in there and harass people and brutalize people and so forth. But do you think the corrupt PPP regime cares? Do you think they care about anyone? Do you think Mark Phillips and these guys care about anyone? I'm just asking you this question. You guys already know the answer. You guys already know the answer. I noticed the guy in the picture eating the soup. He's flirting with me. Don't flirt with me. Not sorry, Selma, not me. Selma says, "Scrabble, I like eat, Mark. Feed me. I must feed you." Nah, man, what kind of thing is this, man? This man is really a his passport, Mark. I must feed you. You get your own kind of people I'm gonna feed you, not me. What kind of thing is this here, boy? I must feed you. Jack, they're gonna feed you. Let them feed you, not me. Anyways, let's continue. Sorry about that. You know, sometimes a little distraction is good enough, the little humor. I must feed you. Y'all deal with it in the comment section there, man. I must feed you. Oh, give me a break. Turn to your neighbor and said, this one more people, right? So this is what they do. They go into the hood, so to speak, and they basically hire these guys, give them little crumbs to go and broke up, to go and done the dance, broke up people's stuff, broke up people's homes, destroy everything, dump it, dash it outside. That is how they operate. You take it and you dash it because you don't care about ordinary people. You don't care about anyone. And that is how they operate. That is how they operate, especially under the corrupt PPP regime. Civic, if he's watching, if Civic is watching, somebody tax Civic, Sital, right? He would know about these sort of treatment because many years ago, we had to go and rescue Civic. Late in the night, rescue Civic because they bulldozed Civic's home along with dozens of other individuals. That is what they've done. And under the PPP regime, that is how they operate. They do not care about anyone. They do not care about people. And not because somebody come and throw a little fudge, a piece of sugar cake, a piece of tamarind ball at you and pretend as though they like you, that they really like you. They want to use you for votes. They want to use you for themselves. And then when they're done, they dash you out like floor cloth, right? Or dash you out like them white napkin back in the days when your mother put on some nice napkin on you and throw the powder upon your eye. Oh gosh, I used to like that. I used to lie down and just to get a new napkin. And that is what they're doing. They're putting napkin on you and they're messing you up. The corrupt PPP is doing just that. Now look at this. This is somebody's house. That is somebody's house. People need place to live. 83,000. square miles. Nav Joe says that his comment is disappearing. I don't know how it's disappearing now. We're not doing that. You know, we don't do that to you, man. Right? So maybe it's Facebook so, or YouTube or wherever you are. But we're not doing that to you, my friend. We wouldn't do that to you. You don't misbehave. So, and this is what, do you think Irfan Ali would live in there? Well, first of all, he can't even fit in there. But do you think he would go in there and live with his family? Do you think Irfan Ali is going to live and survive on $6 per day? But they want people to live and survive on $6. And then they're going to try to brainwash the people in thinking that things are booming in Guyana. What is booming in Guyana? Frustration, starvation. There's really nothing at all. People are not getting jobs. And look at the folks they go and pick up. They go and they round up all Francine Cruz grandchildren, step grandchildren, great grandchildren, and so forth, and give them couple dollars and probably couple box of cook-up or 2 pieces of pullory and take them to bulldoze and break up and destroy people's properties, people's homes. This is home. This is someone's home. Who does that? Who does that? Y'all think life is easy in Guyana? Y'all really think life is easy in Guyana? It's the rich against poor. And 95% of the people are living below what is it? No word of 58%. People are hardly making it in the country. And in order to make it, you got to suck up or lick up. I repeat, you got to suck up or you got to lick up to the PPP regime. Or you got to pretend, throw yourself as a dunstug, throw yourself in a wheelchair and say, Jesus Christ, rob as many people as you can. Rob as many people as you can. And if you don't suck up some of them, all sorts of things they're doing. All sorts of things they're doing. Oh, Father. But the bulk of you in Guyana, this is where you are. This is a political cage, the political oppression, the economic oppression. All these things are happening to you. But nobody really cares. I repeat, nobody really cares. And the people who really and truly care about you guys, y'all toss them aside. Y'all don't want anything to do with them. Y'all prefer bacchanal. Y'all prefer showcase. People who don't care about y'all. People who using you to fight their own battle. They don't care about you. If y'all can't open y'all eyes and see and understand, as the Trinidadian them would say, understand what is really happening in Guyana, is bare frustration all over the place. Even the kids are frustrated. Not just the parents, not just big people, even the kids are frustrated. Look at what items they have in schools now. Look at what is going on. There's really no law and order. It is a 50 cents culture. Get rich or die trying. How do we recapture the country? How do we take the country back out of the hands of the vagabonds, these corrupt individuals in the PPP regime, and corrupt individuals who pretend as though they care about Guyana? I don't know. But yet you get Mark Phillips talking about white mouth and talk about this and talk about that and blah, blah, blah. So many people get, I don't want to say white mouth. You know, Mark Phillips can talk. So many people are starving in Guyana. Starving in Guyana. Ask the folks who are watching. Ask the folks who are watching. I noticed Francine Cruz bumps raised getting into ricketics, but not tonight. Y'all deal with Francine Cruz there. All because, you see, some of y'all in the audience are all because I say Francine Cruz grandchildren. I don't really mean personally your grandchildren. These youngsters are young enough to be your grandchildren. But as usual, Ricky takes the cuss up and thing. Y'all deal with Francine Cruz, man. As usual, the cuss up. Like, Francine, it's a thought process, Francine. It slipped past your head. These are young African Guyanese men that they pick up could be anybody's grandchildren. Francine Cruz grandchildren, they rung them up, pick them up, and look, carry them to go and break down people's stuff. That is what is happening. But you can't talk. The minute you talk, they vex, the bombs raise, they're gonna put the ERC on you and all manner of things. I don't know what's really happening in Guyana, guys. Take a listen. Look at what they're carrying away. This man probably, I don't know if he lives there or what. But look at the pain. Look at the pain. He probably put up a little thing, look, a little sheet rack, put up a little zinc sheet, couple of zinc sheet, and gone in there with his family and hoping. I don't know if he's one of them guys, that, that they pick up. Yep, y'all see what's going on, right? Y'all see what's going on. They're blocking us. They're blocking us. We can't show the video. They're blocking us, right? They're blocking us. But that is what's going on. But you have some lawyers in Guyana. They prefer to fight for Irfan Ali. They prefer to protect Irfan Ali and his family because of some crumbs. But you're not going to get lawyers there on the ground to fight for these people. You're not going to get those lawyers. Where are those lawyers? There should have been an injunction to stop the marshals from executing that illegal order. Now, here is why I say that it's illegal, because a lot of the people said they did not get any notice. So if according to what the marshals are saying, because sometimes court documents are fake too, because that is what happens in Guyana. Some of these documents are fake documents. And so a proper court should have been able to verify whether it is legitimate or not. But no, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that because there's nobody there to really fight for the people. There's nobody there to fight for the people. Sorry, guys, we can't get that footage back again. But you guys understand what's happening. Now back to the opposition guys. Them couple of you may suck your teeth and say, "Oh, Ben Champ, rest yourself," right? And I go back now to those guys, APNU guys, Dr. Terence Campbell and them, hogging up Mark Phillips. I was going to say on the Parkway, hogging up Mark Phillips on Mashramani Day, skinning their teeth with Mark Phillips. And then when they're done now, this is what Mark Phillips and the other vagabonds in the PPP regime are going out there and doing to people. And so you guys understand when I say now is not the time to hog these vagabonds. Now is not the time to hog up and skin up and smile up with Mark Phillips and these guys. Now is not the time for that. Now is not the time for Annette Ferguson to dash down Shipolori, dash away Sour, ran across the road to go and hug up Priya Manik Chan as though she saw God or somebody she saw, some big superstar or something like that, Hema Malini or Reka, and she ran across the road. Did you guys see Annette Ferguson drop Shipolori to run up by where is this? Somebody says friendship. Did she drive all the way there as former minister of housing with whatever short period of experience she had in housing? Did Annette Ferguson, anybody, Lucy, good night, anyone, if you saw Annette Ferguson there, tell me, did she drop her Polari? Did she drop her sour to drive all the way up to Friendship to see what's happening with those people there? Did she do that? If she did it, I can stop talk. I can stop talk about not Priya, about Annette Ferguson and her Polari that she dashed down to go and hug Priya Manik Chan. But she wasn't there. They prefer to bat a little bit in Georgetown, write little long letters. Sometimes by the time you read the first paragraph, you fall asleep. But then again, when you say so, they're going to vex. Annette Ferguson said the other day that she going to pray for me. Mark, I can pray for you. There's the first thing they like say, you know. They like say that they're going to pray for people. Some of them need prayer themselves. Mark, I can pray for you. Well, anyway, tonight we praying for you, Annette Ferguson. We praying for all of y'all who like pray for people. Father God, we pray and we ask you that you touch Annette Ferguson right now. Give her the strength. Not through Polari or not through Sour. Give her the strength so that she can reach out into these communities, so that she can reach over, straight over in Friendship, and she can represent the people. Representation of the people is not hogging up Priya Manik Chan. Representation of the people is not hogging up Mark Phillips and sitting at with Margaret. It is more than just that. And we done with we prayers for Annette Ferguson. All of you say amen. All of you say amen. Someone like to talk about prayer and pray and pray and pray. You are the only ones who can pray, right? And how do you know when you pray for people that this is a kind of prayer? How you know you got the strength to pray for people? Some of y'all is why. Anyways, sorry about it. Pray for people. Somebody said Annette again, right? Poor Annette. Let her go out and represent the people. Let them go. There's nothing personal against Annette, you know. Annette is my friend. But go out and represent the people. The bombs always raised, but Mark, I can pray for you. I can pray for you. I can pray for you. I tell you I want prayers. I appreciate the good prayers, don't get me wrong. But what are you praying for me for? Why tell you I want? Polari. Good night again to all of you. Good night, Miss Annette Ferguson. Go out there to Friendship. Let me see you there. I know for sure though. But let me tell you all this. I got to give Simona Brooms her props. Here why. Here why I give Simona Brooms her props. Right after elections, you know how many of them disappear? They gone and hide. They're peeping. You don't see them. They don't stand up. They don't represent. They don't. But you see Simona Brooms fighting. She fight. Fighting. She fight. And I got to give Simona Brooms she props. Somebody tagged Simona Brooms and said, I got to give Simona Brooms she props. Roxanne Bess, don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. Somebody give Simona Brooms she little props, man. Give Simona Brooms she little props. Give her she little props. She fighting. She ain't giving up. She out there, she fighting. And when people like them that put their lives on the line and fight for you, there are others who are fighting too. You got to be oh, Father. You got to give these people a chance to represent your interest. Because they're really mean. Some of them discuss me. Somebody the other day called me a wobia man. Right? With the bottle there. You know, they want to catch him and put in a little bottle for truth. They call me a obia man. Because I don't see far. Mark, you know, you like an obia man. Like, you don't see far. Everything for y'all in Guyana is Obia and Obia and Obia and Obia man and who's a Obia man and all kind of thing. I bet if y'all see a Obia man or Obia woman, y'all wouldn't even know. Don't your neighbor say y'all wouldn't even know. Right? Again, a lot of things happening in Guyana. I don't know. What else y'all want us to talk? Somebody said Amanza Walton. Amanza. Remember Amanza playing them shine politics, clean politics. Hello. Right, yeah, right there. Good night to Amanza Walton this year. Amanza Walton this year, right? Anyway, some people, the bums like race quick. Quick, the bumps like race. And when the bumps race, poor me, just come after poor me by. And now let's get back. Y'all want watch. This is if we show the video, y'all know what's gonna happen, right? Brennan Thompson, how you doing, sir? Notice your dad's birthday, happy birthday to your old man. So this is what's happened. Look at police what they carried on there. And they hired all of these police, right? When this little girl was murdered, y'all remember her, right? When she was murdered, you couldn't find them police, You couldn't find them. But look at all these senior officers. Look where they're there. They're not fighting crime or anything, Look where they're there. Look, keki or kaki, whatever you call it. 1, 2, 3, 4. A bunch of policemen, van load, truckloads, gone in there now to bulldoze people and destroy people's houses. But you couldn't find them to seek justice for Adriana Young and others. You couldn't find them. But look, all them policemen now. All them policemen, they're going there to threaten people. This is what Guyana has turned to under the corrupt PPP regime. Somebody let Sowry know this is what is happening. And then under Sowry leadership, they get senior police officers like, what's his name, Watts, those Pakus, senior police officers, I thought my executive producer, sorry guys, senior police officers are making videos, and I want to thank I have never seen that before, guys. In the history of Guyana, policemen making paku of themselves. Watts and these, well, we don't expect anything better from Watts. All they're doing, just imagine senior police officer praising these pakus for a little bed they got, as though they never slept on a bed before. What's wrong with the Guyana police force? In fact, what is wrong with Guyana? What exactly is wrong with Guyana? We talking about all these things. Somebody asked me if Lemon's still working with. Lemon get fired, look how long. Look how long Lemon get fired. Look how long Lemon get fired. You now come in and ask about Lemon. Lemon gone now, move up in life, got his GED, and he gone now. Gone now. Now, back to this here. Look, this is what's happening in Guyana, guys. Sad situation. Sad situation. Right, Norman Brown? Sad situation beyond dirty police. But when people want police, if there's any domestic violence and anything like that, you don't see the police. The police are skull, and the police say, man, we ain't get vehicle, we ain't get transportation, we ain't get guns, we ain't get baton, we ain't get money, we ain't eat dinner, we ain't get bed for sleep on, bring a fried rice for we first now, and come and pick we up. And then when they're gone out in a domestic violence situation, they're hustling the woman. That is what a lot of these police officers do. They're hustling the woman. Some of them even hustling the men. Some of the male police officers even hustling the men and these things. This is what is happening in Guyana. There's really no justice. None whatsoever. You get policemen getting, what was it, sanctioned for drug trafficking, wanted by US authorities, and all these sort of things. And y'all think Guyana easy? Eh? They can't show up to fight crime. But look how many of them turn up. Look how many of them. 4 senior ones with van loads and truckloads to go and brutalize people. Take a listen.
I sit down like I deal with this. So whatever negotiation he making with people, he referring to the liar.
Yeah? And then come to
And this what he
give
does.
me 7 days
None of these
notice.
people went there.
Right after come 2025. So we have
7 days these people give you.
So I don't know where 7 days. These guys are arguing, right, that they never really got notice. So you're going to get a couple days. Let us just say, even if it's 7 days notice or what, I don't know. But people got to break down the entire structure. They got to get lost. There is no due process. In my opinion, there has been no due process. Because these sort of cases I'm familiar with. I've been there on the ground. I see what they do to ordinary, I don't want to call people poor people, but I see what they do through the court system. Then they get the marshals, the court marshals, and they go into certain communities and they pick up Francine Cruz's grandsons and Francine Cruz's great-grandsons and pay them so that they could go and destroy people's lives. That's what's happening. It's time the opposition, the real opposition, get their acts together and stop hugging up Mark Phillips. Stop hugging up these people in the PPP. Stop throwing down your Polori and your sour to run across the road to go and hug Priya Manik Chan. These people, every day is misery. Every single day that people got to endure. And some of y'all have to be careful who you vote for. Y'all got to put and throw y'all support over real people who will fight for you guys, people who will fight for Guyana. You've got to do it. Why you think they could sell 5 more years upon them, right? Because I don't know. I don't know who these people voted for. But regardless of who they voted for, this is not how they should be treated. I hope none of them voted for the PPP. Because you vote for your own oppression.
It's time. Come survey this place here. Right? Yeah. 2026 now. The 10th of this month, you bring a notice for me move out in 7 days. How it could be fair? Eh? How it could
You
be
got
fair?
people living here with children. You got a girl behind
How
you
that could
living
be
with
fair?
5 children, Inspector.
How that could
5
be fair?
children. Where you gonna go with your children?
Now, let me say this. These guys, it's a waste of time they talking to the inspector or talking to those court marshals. They already, if I'm not mistaken, some of these policemen, now I'm not saying that that's the case with these officers who are there, inspecting and so forth, but some of them just get a little money for go and brutalize people's homes and people and so forth and so on. And look at the pain on these guys' faces. Look at the pain. Can you just imagine what they're going through right now? This is sad. That is why I'll tell you guys, if you come closer, I'll let you guys in with a piece of the secret. That is why some nights I just say, look, let Norman Brown and them do their thing. Let Wayne Caesar and them do their thing. Let Kadaki and them do their thing. I'm going to take a day off, man. Because every single day is frustration in Guyana. That is why I say it is easy for people to sit far away. Like I am sitting far away as well. but I've been there on the ground, so I understand the pain. The pain on social media is different than the pain on the ground. And these brothers here are more than fed up, Leslie Hamilton. How could you do people this? How can a court system, how can a police force? I hope we don't get this video does some sort of damage to us. Let's go back. I want to hear these brothers.
Yeah? All of these black people, where would she
From
go
12 o'clock
with
in the
some
night,
children?
every night. Island police, when you see that, huh? No, me. All of them that I just know what time I just got to work. 12 o'clock I just got to work. Right? Just to gain money for build this. Right? And now you come with brokenness. How that gonna be fair?
You know, how and the gentleman is correct. How could this be fair, guys? How could it be fair? Hundreds of people. Look at what they did to the people of Mocha. Many stood by and they watched the atrocities and the brutality and the oppression. They said nothing. But now suddenly some of them run around howling about injustice and persecution. Injustice. Look what they're doing to me. Look what they're doing to me. Azardine. Look what they're doing to me. Look what they're doing to me. Look what the PPP has done to thousands of people. Brutalized people. Slaughtered people. Persecuted people. Thousands of people. These people here are being persecuted. These people are being brutalized as well. So now we have to now turn and say, look what they're doing to these people. Look what they're doing to these people. These people don't deserve this. These people don't deserve this. They don't. Scores of people are being persecuted every single day in that country. When the people of Mocha were persecuted, nobody cares. Some of them were in persecution. They didn't give a rat's ass then. They were enjoying themselves and the sweetness and big police escorts and all sort of things. They didn't care about people. But we see it, the playbook out of the PPP every single day. The dirty, the dangerous playbook out of the PPP's book. Every single day. The people at Amelia's ward. Look at the condition that the people out in from Linden go straight into on that road passing through Ituni, straight over to Kokwani and these things. Every single day is frustration. Every single day is frustration. It's like nobody cares. Nobody really cares about these people. Take a listen. I hope again we don't get. Look at the materials that these guys working hard. Y'all know the pain what people got to go through in that country? Some of y'all really feel the pain? Y'all think talking a little nice-ish on social media is enough? Feel the pains of the people on the ground. A mother still fighting for justice for her child, that little girl that was dragged in the streets of around Stabrook Market. She's still fighting for justice. If I only tell y'all what's really happening, right? But the pain and the cries of that mother and that father and relatives crying still for justice for that little schoolgirl that was dragged on the streets by two social workers. What happened? We forget. Every day we run from story to story. Tomorrow is another story. Thursday is another story. Friday is another story. Saturday is another story. We jump from pain to pain to pain to pain to pain to pain every day. And the question is, who cares? All some of them concern is about themselves. They're the only ones who are being persecuted. Every single day we see this. Listen to these guys, please.
Hard in court? I never hard in court. Huh? You got me for this. Give me hard on money. Huh?
It's sad. It's just downright sad. Then they go into the communities They go into the communities and they take Francine Cruz's grandchildren, pay them to go and brutalize people. Pay them to go and brutalize people. Sad situation, guys. Sad situation. Sad situation. Every day. Every single day is something else. I don't know. Guys, tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another frustration. Tomorrow is more pains. Then Thursday more. Then Friday more. It's like it's the wrong set of prayers. I don't want to be disrespectful to people who really do. There's what you call real prayers and pia prayers. Guyana needs real prayers from real prayer warriors. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm out of here, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Can we have something positive? I don't know. Can we have something positive? Beverly is saying, we're next. And you're right, Beverly. We're next. Tomorrow's another day, another set of frustration, another set of problems. While some are only looking at oil, wealth, and gold, and these sort of people are punishing thousands. Majority of the people in Guyana are punishing. They shouldn't punish like this. Look at those guys, man. It's painful. You know what it is? And then some of them like to talk about fathers. That fathers run away, leave their kids, run away, do this and all sort of things. Look at those two guys there, fighting for a living for their children, their families. Sad country, sad situation. But Guyana is a communist country. That's all I wish to say. I'll be back tomorrow, man. Same place, same time. There's nothing else to talk about. Something is really wrong with Guyana. And we are allowing ourselves to be distracted, or people are allowing themselves to be distracted by nonsense and stupidity and by people who really don't care about you. See you guys tomorrow. God bless you.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Get your give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clout. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Baratans too, cause I done fed up. You done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. I done fed up on the dirty water, low pressure, want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500 US and they're telling unemployment racism and the lie they say one Guyana. Cause when you look with